this song? Welcome back, guys. Good morning.
おはよう。
Did you get some sleep? No, I was spacing out. I couldn't sleep at all. I'd actually be more surprised if you could, given what happened. I know, right? Oh yeah, are you hungry? I made a light breakfast using the stuff I found in your kitchen. Sorry for not asking you first. Thanks, Doru, I'll eat it. No problem. Sorry that this is all I can do. But at least I can help in a small way. I eat brunch together with Daru. I've been in very bad shape due to the combination of lack of sleep and fatigue. Even chewing this food is a chore for me, but I manage for Daru. And lastly, I force myself to gulp down some coffee. Daru stayed in the guest room last night. I figured things would turn out bad if she wasn't at her dorm in the morning when I asked her about it. She said she'd already received permission to stay out by lying that one of her relatives had collapsed. It's a lie that only someone who had the trust of the dorm manager would be able to get away with. By the way, yesterday you said you found an old book in the clock tower. What happened to that book? Oh. I picked up the old book that's been sitting on my desk. It's just an ordinary book written in ordinary black letters. There's no signs of the word kill in bright red text like yesterday. Must have been another one of the departed's illusions just for me. Can you read it? I can skim through it, but it'll be hard for me to fully understand without time and research. But it's related to the departed, so we've got no choice but to read it, right? Shall we try our best to decipher it? My grades in classic literature are pretty good. I'm confident I can be of some help. Let's give it a shot then. Daru and I put our heads together and try to make some sense out of the old book. However, my addled and wearied mind is unable to focus, and I can't feel like I'm making much progress. I bet Daru is feeling the same. She almost dozes off in her seat. Despite our less than stellar efforts, we managed to learn some new things. In the past, M-Town apparently used to worship two gods. The first one was Lord Mushigami, who is mentioned in local lore, and the other is Lord Kabigami. Furthermore, M-Town had a special wedding ceremony tied to those gods. And the name of that ceremony was The Departed's Wedding. It's time.
7章死人の嫁入り
I look at the clock and realize it's already evening. Out of the blue, my phone rings. Pangs of guilt hit me and I hesitate to pick up the phone. Maybe it's the police, who knows? Maybe Michio's body was found and the cops received a report. Someone might have been seen us together when we were heading to M-Town shop. Are you not going to pick it up? No, I will. I have no choice but to face the music. Hello? It's me, Kanoe. Come to the school immediately. I will brook no disagreements. That's an order from your client. Kanoe's strong words are matched by an unusually strong assertive tone of voice. Sure thing, that's quite sudden though. Can you at least tell me what's so important? I believe you must already have an idea. It's about Kinokawa. I can feel my heart pounding loudly. Kinokawa? I'd like to hear the details directly from you. I'll be waiting there. Make it quick. Mr. Yoshiki, you look really pale. The headmaster wants to talk about Michio with me. What? You're kidding. But how? Her corpse should have disappeared. I'll be going to Konohara Academy. Then I will also. You stay here, Daru. The situation will only get worse if you show up at school when you're supposed to be staying with an ill relative's place today. Understood. Be careful, Mr. Yoshiki. I drag my exhausted body to the garage. Shit, what should I do? Maybe I fooled Doru? But the moment Mr. Konoe said the name Kinokawa, my body's been trembling. Calm your ass down, Kaz Yoshiki. You don't know what's going to happen. Keep your head in the game. I slide in the car and take another deep breath. Then I slowly turn the ignition key. The chime rings when I arrive at Konohara Academy. It seems like I arrived just as class ended. The school looks the same as always, with no cops or media in sight. Which means her corpse hasn't been found yet. Why does Mr. Konoe want to talk to me about Michio then? Huh? What was that? With classes having just ended, students begin to exit the new building. However, everyone looks exhausted. I don't feel any of the usual joy that you'd expect from students at the end of the school day. But more disturbing than that, strange-looking apparitions are roaming around the school. Oh boy. It's like there's a bug going around school. Nobody has noticed their presence, though. I doubt they can even see them. The number of apparitions I can count is roughly equal to the number of students. It's not just one or two. The apparitions all look the same, like a spirit with a giant insectoid legs and human face. The spirits are simply clinging to the students without doing anything. Though I have a feeling they must be the reason the students look so pale and lethargic. I can understand that they're being possessed by these spirits, but why is it happening now all of a sudden? Because we made the spirit stronger. I somehow managed to restrain myself from making any surprise noises. Attracting attention here will only make me look more suspicious. First of all, I need to get an idea of what the situation is. What in the world? All of the students and teachers I passed on the way to the infirmary. Every single one of them had a spirit clinging to their back. Wait, is it the same for me too? I walk toward the wash basin in the corner of the infirmary. When I look into the mirror, there's no spirit clinging to my back. I'm the only one who doesn't have one. Is this the departed's doing? What should I do? My mind becomes a swirl of miasma of confused thoughts and muddled emotions. Even if I were to try and explain the situation to them, I'm the only one who can see these spirits, so nobody would ever believe me. Shit! This is bad. I'm completely out of ideas. But staying here is pointless. I should make a move, right? Mr. Konoe is waiting for me in the faculty room. May as well go over this with him. This is gonna go well. When I enter the faculty room, Mr. Kanoe is already there with an exhausted look on his face. There's a spirit clinging to his back, though he doesn't seem to notice it either. Hey there, big boy.
You finally arrived. Let's get on with it already. My body's feeling even more leaden than it was yesterday.
I do recall that he mentioned feeling worn down yesterday as well. If this fatigue is being caused by the vengeful spirit, that means he may have already been possessed back then. Does the fact that he can see the spirits mean that the departed is getting even stronger? Or that I can see him?
What's wrong? You seem like you're not quite looking at me.
Oh no, nothing. There are things he's better off not knowing. I'll just keep this quiet and not alarm him any more than I need to. So, what's this about Kinokawa?
All right. She left the dorm yesterday and hasn't returned. Do you happen to know anything about that?
Say don't do. Well, I've got no idea what happened to her. After the promise I made to Daru, this is the only way I can possibly respond.
All right. Just remember, if you cause some sort of incident, it will reflect poorly upon me as well, since I'm the one who hired you. But this is a matter of the student's safety we're talking about here. If you're hiding something from me, I won't forgive you.
Okay. Should I be honest with him since it involves Michio's safety? Even if I was, though, it's too late already. Telling him won't help anyone's safety.
If you truly don't know anything about it, then we'll handle it from here. I suppose we should contact her family. These types of situations are frankly a struggle without Sakamoto around to handle them.
Is Miss Sakamoto not here today?
Yeah, she didn't even call in. It's very unlike her. I wouldn't say anything if she weren't just feeling well. Everyone falls ill sometimes. But her absence has made trouble for me since I found this thing on my desk. Here, read it.
He hands me 5 sheets of paper bundled together with a paperclip. It looks like a write-up to me. As soon as I read the first page, I groan. This is basically a formalized complaint against Kaz Yoshiki, a temporary teacher. The paper is a laundry list of reasons why I'm unfit to be a teacher at this hallowed institute. And no one's surprised, my unnatural, close relationship with 2 members of the student council is primary concern.
Who cares about all that? Read the last page.
What's this now? The 5th page is different from the others. The other pages were written with a stern, diligent hand, but this is inked with sloppy, disconcerting handwriting. The voice keeps ringing in my mind. They keep calling and calling and they don't stop. I will soon die, die, die. There's only one way to save my life. Go to the small room deep in the darkness. Goodness, at long last. Fox, Mushigami, Kabigami. Fox, Mushigami, Kabigami. Fox, Mushigami, Kabigami. What the hell is this? Mushigami and Kabigami? It's the names of the 2 gods mentioned in the old M-Town book. This can't be a coincidence. How could Sakamoto have written this?
A voice echoing in their head, guiding them a step closer to death. It reminds me of something. That's right. Izumi said something similar before he died.
But it's too late now. I messed up. The departed hates me. I keep hearing the voice saying die, die, die in my head. I've got no fucking time. Oh, so the departed's been playing a game with both him and Sakamoto. Don't want to die. I'll definitely kill Hanako at the music room.
Perhaps Sakamoto is also being targeted by the departed.
But why would Sakamoto...
Why you're asking? Don't you even realize it? You keep asking why, always why. Isn't that your entire job to investigate that? It's because of your slowness and incompetence that we have mounting casualties.
Mr. Kanoe raises his voice, glowers at me. Such a normally mild-mannered person lashing out that much? Is it because of the curse, or is he just that stressed?
People's lives are at stake here. We've had students perish already. Don't use your unprofessionalism as an excuse. Results are all that matter. It's entirely your fault that things have turned out this way. Have I made myself clear, Yoshiki?
I mean,
Right. I'm stunned speechless myself.
Mr. Kanoe lets out a sigh, his shoulders droop.
My grandfather founded this school. I must protect it. I've been working so hard to do that. My heart feels like it's breaking now.
Mr. Kanoe?
The only thing I desire now is your report telling me that this case has been resolved. I don't want to fritter away any more time having this conversation. You are dismissed, Yoshiki.
The school will be closing shortly. All students, please promptly vacate the school grounds for today. As much as I want to inspect the clock tower, the door is locked in the evenings. I'll wait in the infirmary until the sun sets. Can't do much. I go back to the infirmary and wait until nightfall. It's time to head out. Will the door to the clock tower be open? A knock? Who's here at this hour? Motherfucker. Mr. Yoshiki? Daru enters the room, a spirit clinging to her back. That wasn't back there at Kujo Mansion. Did it appear once she came to Konohara Academy, or is it because of the time? More mysteries are piling up, but none of them are being solved. Why are you here, Daru? I snuck in since I thought you'd be the only one here at this time. I'm a real delinquent now. Why did you come here? You're going to the clock tower, right? I'll tag along. No, I can't let you. I'm not going to have a repeat of what happened to Michio. I didn't ask for your permission. I'm tagging along whether you like it or not. This incident isn't just about you, it's also affecting me. Daru. Buddy. Guess we'll head to the clock tower. Just want to see if there's anything here. So I find myself here once again. A clock tower with a clock that has stopped moving. Inside this tower, Michio is... Let's go, Mr. Yoshiki. Yeah. The door is half open. That means we can go inside. Makes me feel like this is the departed's work. Are you sure about this, Daru? I can hear the sound of Daru trying to steel herself. What's going through her mind right now? Tension, or is it fear? In any case, her gaze is fixed forward. I'm ready. All right, let's go. Ugh. There's no trace of Michio's corpse in the clock tower. There's nothing left on the floor. Either a trace of blood nor giant insects. Mr. Yoshiki? I knew it. The departed disposed of her corpse. I guess so, yeah. Michio. Stumbling on her feet, Daru walks towards the area where Michio collapsed. She then turns around to me and begins to speak. Michio was the best friend I ever had. She might have seemed selfish to you, but she was actually a really caring person. Even when she decided to be the student council vice president, she only did it to help me out. She didn't even really want to be a student council member. Were you two friends for a long time? Yes, we were friends even before we entered kindergarten. Our parents are close. Both of us are only children, so we became friends quick. Because both of us wanted to have siblings, we often played sisters. I'd play the stubborn, fussy older sister, while she'd be the sloppy yet kind younger sister. She continues rambling until her voice gradually fades. I bet even Daru herself has no idea what she's saying right now. It's not the time for action. It's the time to just be there for her and listen. I nod silently. I shared everything with Michio. My hobbies, future dreams, and troubles I hid from other people. Even my crush. Listen to me, Mr. Yoshiki. Michio loved you. What? Did you realize her feelings? No. Michio thought you loved him. Maybe it was a little obvious you both like him. I knew it. She's usually pretty direct when it comes to showing her feelings. So it's only been a few weeks since we first met. Time is irrelevant. It's all about the event that made her fall for you. What event? Didn't you compliment her hair before? She believed it was fate that there was someone who could see our curse other than the two of us. But I'm a teacher, she's a student. So you think that's weird? Yeah, it's not very common. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. 5 years ago this school, there was a tragic love story between a teacher and a student. She must be referring to Rei Kishima and Sasuke Hiros from the art club. She's probably heard it from Michio. Love can bloom regardless of your situation. It doesn't matter whether the love is accepted or not. Love, huh? I might be insensitive at times, but I think I can understand the kind of love Daru is talking about. It's a feeling young girls often consider precious. However, I am an adult and a teacher, albeit a temporary one. Though they might think they have adult feelings, Michio and Daru are children at the end of the day. It's my responsibility to keep them that way. I can't accept those feelings, Daru. Is that so? I'm relieved to hear that. You're still the same as ever. A teacher who harbors romantic feelings for their students is the worst. Daru gives me a mischievous smile. Was this some kind of test? It's not like I want you to accept her feelings. I just want you to recognize Michio's love. I think that's what you want too. Daru. Her love remained a bud till the end. It never had a chance to bloom. But now that you finally realize her feelings, I believe her soul can rest a bit easier. Thank you, Mr. Yoshiki. Okay. What are we going to do now? Find out who the departed is, obviously. In order to do that, we need to decipher the old book we found here. So let's go back to the infirmary. I'm sure we can decipher it if we both give it our best. It's not like we have a choice anyway. However, even with both of us, it'll take some time to decipher the contents of the book. I wish there was a better way to do this.
これは
Cabinet full of old books. There used to be a board blocking the door. I didn't have time to check it before. Let's give it a look now. I open the door and inspect the other spots besides the upper shelf where the old books are stored. Everything is basically junk, like a moldy mirror, a white mask, and some worm-eaten fabric. If only they'd preserved properly, they might be valuable antiques. I find a familiar item among the junk. It's an eerie tooth.
Yoshi.
Mannequin without limbs. Has it always been clothed? Hey, Yushiki. Familiar voice greets me when I enter the infirmary. So, you're actually here, huh? Credit where credit's due. You were right, Hag. You can always trust my intuition. Mishida? Yaz? I called Kujo Mansion, but no one answered. I got worried, Yoshiki. He really causes trouble. I can see spirits on their backs, too. These spirits attach themselves to everyone who enters the school grounds, not just those who enter to attend Konohara Academy. Judging by that awful look on your face, something must have happened. Spill it now. I'm about that. Don't do that, Mr. Yoshiki. If you tell them You must be daughter of the student council president. Please trust us. Yoshiki is our friend. We won't betray him. Yoshiki is already a jumbled pile of misdemeanors. Trespass and theft, traffic violations, some more theft, couldn't count them all on my fingers. I'm not going to be surprised by anything that comes out of his damn mouth, so stop wasting my time and spit it out already. Yeah, about that. Fine, I'll talk. I want to bring an end to the case no matter what costs me. I need your help. I tell them everything about what happened last night, and I don't hide a single thing. The Departed's Wrath, the old book we found at the clock tower, the fact that I killed Michio, Daru helping me out, and the spirits I've been seeing on everyone since this morning. You must be kidding me. To think you'd kill someone. Don't blame him for that. He was controlled by the Departed. Insanity or not, murder's still murder. Article 199, a person who kills another person is punished by death, by the death penalty or life imprisonment, for a definite term of no less than 5 years. I'd slap the cuffs on you myself if I had him with me. I can see that. Let me just say one thing. The law only applies if the victim is human. What do you mean by that? Oh, come on, stop playing dumb. You know damn well what I mean. There's a definite chance Michio Kinokawa was the Departed. What are you going on about? There's no way Michio was... You think there's no way? She's pretty suspicious to me. Doesn't her natural attachment and affection for you remind you of the Departed? Please stop. How dare you talk about her love like that? You better watch your mouth too, Himeko. You're also a suspect. Both of you have something in common with the way you approach Yoshiki. Enough! You're being so cruel. Daru glares at Mishida, her shoulders trembling. She's going to lunge at him at any moment now. You know what? We could let it happen. We absolutely could let it happen. We should stop Daru. Calm down, Daru. I'll deal with him. Understood. Yoshiki, here's my suggestion for you. Investigate Michio Kunakawa. Determine whether or not she's really the Departed. But Michio's already... Even if her corpse is gone, the evidence remains. Search her room. You might find clues about the Departed there. Where does she live? The dormitory near the school. She's in the same dorm as you, right? Yes. It's a good thing we have someone who knows about the dorm with us. Will you help us?
Mr. Yoshiki, are you telling me you suspect Michio?
If we say yes, she's gonna freak the fuck out. No, I'm only doing this to prove her innocence.
Understood. I'll cooperate since I believe she's innocent.
Thanks, Doru. Again, Michio thought that Doru was in love with us. Hey, Yoshiki. You mentioned seeing vengeful spirits? Yes, in fact, there's also one on your back. I guess this must be why I've been feeling weird since yesterday. I wonder if the reason only you can see them is because you're the departed's groom. What are they, anyway? They're embodiments of the departed's curse, most likely. Might be the result of their transformation, like the red lights in the school. Perhaps they all look the same because they were born from the same curse. It's not totally impossible, though the fact that the spirits are part human, part insect definitely raises some questions. Considering one of the Japanese characters composing the name Lord Mushigami means insect, I wonder if there's a connection. The deities of M-Town and the departed, they really might be connected in some way. What will happen if we just let them be? I don't know for certain, but I have a prediction. Those who are possessed by spirits will grow progressively weaker before they will eventually die. I have witnessed it several times.
No way, so everyone will die at this rate? Is there anything we can do to avoid it?
Considering the number of spirits, performing an exorcism is out of the question. Our only hope is to exterminate the litter of the spirits, the departed. They're the cause of this disaster. Once they're gone, everything will go back to normal. Things have gone from worse to horrible at the blazing speed. The damage is spread, but our mission remains unchanged. There's something I'd like to ask you. Yes. I take out an old book from my bag. Can you help us decipher this book? It's a book from M-Town, a formerly inhabited area near here. Maybe it can also tell us something about the departed? Can you read it? You're really well versed in these sorts of things. Sure, I'll do my best. I'll try to decipher as much of the book as I can until you return. Shall we head to the student dormitory? It's just across the bus stop in front of the school. I brought new sacred objects. So we're gonna go and get some other... because I have a feeling we're gonna need those. There's something... Alright, let's head up here. By the way, Daru, you said you and Michio saw an altar the doll was placed in the clock tower, right? But I don't see an altar anywhere.
Yes, I'm surprised myself. There was definitely an altar when we came here.
This is strange. Were they hallucinating or something? I don't think that's the case because the altar was also mentioned in the school newspaper. It's absurd to think that they were hallucinating. In that case, it may have been something caused by the departed. No one knows which is the real clock tower. The clock tower we're in now, or the one you saw before with the altar. Mr. Yoshiki, You have to focus on our investigation or else we'll fail. Yeah, I know. There's a small item laying in the corner of the box. I pick it up with my hand. It's an eerie tooth.
よし、いけそうだ。
Sweet, we get a level up. So let me get the other one. Let's see. So we're definitely going to need the teeth in this one. 'Cause this is going to get there's no box actually. Oh well. Let's head out of the school.
Yoshi.
I wish they'd clean this place. Huh? What's that? Daru seems to have noticed something. There's something on the ground near the bench. I picked it up. It's an eerie tooth. Nice. We go along the road and finally reach the dorm. But the front door is locked. Not surprising given that it's already past curfew. The back door might be open. The dorm manager is a bit sloppy sometimes. She often forgets to lock the door. Daru is right. The back door is open. See, I told you. We'll be in trouble if we get caught. Let's hurry. Fortunately for us, the dorm entrance is empty when we get there. Thank goodness the manager isn't here. I thought she'd stay behind with Michio's disappearance and all. Looks like she went home to her regular time. Wow, what a loyal employee. Shall we look for the key to Michio's room? The manager has a duplicate, so we'll be fine as long as we find it.
Yoshi.
Row of mailboxes. Based on the number of the mailboxes, I see this student dormitory is quite big.
Koko.
There's stairs, though all that lies ahead is darkness. This building has an elevator. I better make use of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the administration office where the dorm manager works. The key should be around here. Please wait a minute. I'll take a look. Daru enters the administrative room. I'm the only one at the entrance now. This is bad. If a student happens to come in at this moment, I'm not exactly going to look good and have any real explanation. Not only did I barge in here without permission, but this is a female dormitory. There's no justification for me being here. Come on, get back here soon. My impatience is starting to grow. But then Daru appears, granting my wish. In her hand is a key with a label attached. Found it. This is the key to Michio's room. So, it was that easy to find, huh? This dorm sure is unsafe. Easy access to keys, and the back door isn't even locked. The key was in the sturdy case with the combination lock. I only know the combination because Michio told me. Why did Michio know it? She snooped on the manager once when she was entering it and memorized it. She didn't intend to do anything bad with it, though, probably. Goodness. This should get us into Michio's room. Her room is on the 4th floor. Let's take the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
There's an elevator in front of me. It's not a big one, probably can only fit 4 or 5 people tops. Let's go to the 4th floor. Once we arrive at the 4th floor, I let Daru lead us down the hallway. We come to a stop in front of the door with the number 402 on it. This is Michio's room. The moment Daru opens the door, I duck into the room. Turn on the light to reveal a whole room. Is this a single room? I can only see one bed. I just sort of assumed you'd be sharing a room since it's a student dormitory. It's not really common, but yes, all the rooms here are single rooms. Well, now that I know this room only has a single occupant, that means that anything I see here is a reflection of Michio's personality. This doesn't look like a room that a terrifying spirit like the departed would live in. I'm going to see what I can find. Just wait here. I'll leave the investigation to you. Well, there's no bugs either.
よし。
Aside from a small frog decoration, there's a plastic fish tank on the shelf. Inside the tank is a dead frog. Because it died on top of a dry stone, its body is completely shriveled up. It's bone dry.
Bring the little one. Frog drives away bugs.
A whisper suddenly invades my mind. This isn't the first time I've experienced this. The strange voice is speaking to me. Bring the little one. Frog drives away bugs. Are they telling me to bring this dead frog somewhere? From what reason, I wonder to myself. But the voice in my head never gives me an answer. Sitting here and waiting for an answer will get me nowhere. What I need to do is make a decision. I've always chosen to follow the guidance of the spirit's whispers. Who knows, maybe this frog is some kind of spiritual power. There's a large poster of a loving frog mom and her frog child. A calendar with a frog drawing is hanging on the wall. It's already October, but the calendar remained on August.
これは
It's a small refrigerator for a single person. There's a few bottles of soda inside.
よし。
There's a thin layer of dust on the desk, along with a notebook. Froggy Log 3 is written on the cover. As the title suggests, the notebook is all about a frog it seems she was caring for. I see a lot of enthusiastic praise inside, like, oh my god, so cute, and true beauty. There are also some cute drawings that convey her affection towards her pet amphibian. But with no dates mentioned in the entries, it's hard to guess when she wrote these. Other than that, there are also a lot of notes about her frog's food. She fed it either crickets, flies, or earthworms, trying to learn what the frog liked the most. Furthermore, she's happily noted how the frog would eat the insects.
これは
There's a frog-shaped board hanging on the wall. I find 2 notes on it. One is a note about raising a frog, and the other is about her summer vacation plans. School day, go to the clock tower with Hime. That must have been the day when she and Daru discovered the female doll on the clock tower.
ここ
The mattress sits atop a typical pipe bed frame, and there's a stuffed frog doll sitting by the pillow. She only has a light blanket on the bed. Does she not get cold at night?
これは
Her dresser is mostly filled with clothing. There's a stuffed frog doll on top. Should I check her drawers too, just in case? I hesitate a bit, but then I realize there are bigger issues than decorum at play here. Inside the drawer, Michio's casual clothes. These clothes reveal that she didn't appear to care overly much about fashion, as some of the clothes are very similar to one another. I also inspect the backs just to be sure, but I don't find anything hidden on them. When I close the drawer, something falls down to the ground. Pick it up, it's a tooth. Nice. Mo said lost souls are often seen in places near spiritual disorder. So why is this thing here then? It's rather curious to find it here, though it's too early to use as evidence against Michio. Even if this dorm is cursed, we can't just assume that Michio was the cause of it. That concludes my inspection. Did you learn anything, Mr. Yoshiki? Yeah, a lot. Huh? What did you learn? The resident loves frogs. It's gotta be it. There's no sign of life in this room. There's a layer of dust on the desk, and she neglected the frogs she'd been raising. Furthermore, the calendar on August, almost as if time had stopped here. But, Michio came back here every day. She might have returned here, but I honestly doubt that she spent her time here as a human. Oh my god. The owner of this room loves frogs. The stuffed dolls, fish tanks, and posters. This place is stuffed to the gills with frogs. Seems like something quite important. Mr. Yoshiki, why would that be important? How do I say it? It's hard to explain, but I just kind of feel it. Oh, alright. Judging by the way she's staring at me, I don't think she's very convinced. The Michio I know loves bugs, but the owner of this room clearly loves frogs. Additionally, from what she wrote in her notebook, she only considers bugs to be food for her frogs. That's a pretty drastic change in personality, don't you think? Well, true, but she's always been a fickle person. Her preferences change every once in a while. Last year she was really into video games, and before that she was obsessed with puzzles. So honestly, it doesn't seem like all that weird. Answer me, Doru. When did Michio start liking bugs? It was around the end of August, when our summer break ended. The time in this room stopped in August, the time her drastic change in preference. That can't be coincidence. In my book, something must have happened to Michio around that time. She turned into a different person after that point. But is person even the word for it? Mr. Yoshiki, are you saying this room hasn't changed in a long time and Michio suddenly changed her interest because she's become the departed? You must be joking. Michio is the departed? No, it can't be. Daru protested frantically. I understand her feelings, I truly do. If Michio really had changed since the end of August, that means when we first met at school that night she was already... For the entire time I've known Michio, she was the departed. The departed is a spirit. Spirits are already dead. Putting it that way, Michio's from that time. Mr. Yoshiki, if the Michio we knew recently was the departed, what about the real Michio? It's not hard to imagine. The departed replaced the real Michio. Both of them wouldn't have been able to exist at the same time, so... I'm sure she was killed months ago. This can't be real. Our business here is done. We've learned what we wanted to know. Or rather, we learned what we didn't want to know. Ever since leaving the dorm, Daru had a blank look on her face. I can't blame her. She just lost her best friend a second time. I bet she got no tears left to cry at this point. You okay? Yes. A short, hollow response. She looks so pale. I'm worried that she might just collapse. Let's head back to the infirmary. We need to share the information with the others. Mashida and Yaz are waiting for me. I better report my findings to them, which we shall do next time, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to check out the links in the description and maybe become a member here. Bye, guys.